Alright, hello everybody. We're going to do a bit of a real talk with the helicopter real quick. Not streaming, I'm just recording. So I'm going to upload this video in a little bit. But I want to talk about a few things with the helicopter because I feel there are some misconceptions. There's some information out there that's not good. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks how to defeat the helicopter. Why? Because, I don't know, I guess people haven't figured it out and they're upset. And I think they need to realize that the helicopter is not invincible, is not the greatest thing that we've ever had, and will not be the greatest thing that we've ever had. There are a lot of flaws and a lot of issues with it, and I'm going to talk about why. So, first off, I'm going to talk about the restrictions of the helicopter. Now, for the purpose of this video, I've got the helicopter up and we're flying around a little bit just so you can kind of see it and see what's going on, and I can demonstrate a few things. But the helicopter will not go up in the air, okay, if we have fewer than 20 people on the server. Right now, we've got 17. Okay, so normally the helicopter would not be up. It would just be ground officers. The helicopter will also not be up if there are not more than 3 ground cops on, not including the helicopter. So the helicopter pilot being the 4th. Okay? So we already have a police presence on the server before the helicopter even goes airborne. Alright? Generally, I wait until there's 4 cops on the server before the 5th cop, being me, flies the helicopter. And why I do that is because there puts a little bit of a buffer. That way, if we drop below the minimum staffing, the helicopter can stay up. You know, if it drops below that 4. That way, we always have the 3. If somebody goes offline, minimum staffing drops down, I give it 15 minutes before I then put the helicopter down. If no one else joins to fill that empty void, I will put the helicopter down. And then I'll switch over to ground. Okay? I'm not the best pilot that's ever been piloting. Okay? I'm not the best helicopter pilot. I don't see everything. I don't catch everything. If you are a smart criminal on this server, you will get away from the helicopter, from a boat, from a plane, from everything. Trust me when I tell you it is possible to outwit the helicopter, and I'm going to tell you why. Okay, number one, when I'm looking through, whether it be this view here, which I'm 90% of the time in, I'm flying around looking at this, because this gives me the widest view, okay? So long as I don't get fog like this, alright, I can generally see pretty well. Now, vehicles de-render for me at a very, very short distance. Okay? So already, if I want to be stealthy and a ninja helicopter, it's going to be hard for me to do that. You can see some of the cars go in and out at about this height. It's generally this 300 mark. Around the 300 mark is where I lose people, vehicles, players, and NPCs. Okay? They start to disappear on me. The ground disappears, things start to de-render, textures, things like that. Now this is the camera mode, okay? With the camera mode, I can zoom in and look at things, alright? I can see what's going on, I can get in on close on maybe a hand-to-hand transaction, things like that. However, in order to see anything on the ground, I need to be close. So when I go, let's see, we'll go closer here. Switch to thermals, okay? This is thermals. In order to see these NPCs, see them spawning in? I cannot see a thermal from this height. This is just short of 200. There they go. They spawning in, spawning in, spawning in. I have to get really close to the ground in order to see the thermal and see what's happening, okay? That is a huge flaw for the helicopter. That means I need to get very close, very, very close to see what's going on. And you can easily hear the helicopter if you're paying attention to anything that's going on around you. If you look up as a bad guy and go, oh, look, yeah, skies look pretty clear, the skies are clear. Trust me when I tell you, you are fine, okay? I also cannot lock onto a vehicle if I'm not close. So here I should be able to, let's see, there you go, I'm targeting and I'm locking on, okay? That way I get speed. But if I'm higher in the air, I cannot lock onto a vehicle. We'll pick up just a little bit to 200, and I will try and lock onto something, and I can't lock onto the vehicle, okay? I cannot get the speed of the vehicle, which therefore means I need to be close to the ground. That is a huge flaw for the helicopter. That means I cannot fly around stealth all the time, okay? I cannot see players, and I cannot see vehicles, and I cannot target them at a low or at a high altitude. I have to be a low altitude, okay? So the benefit for you, and my tip and trick to you is, if the helicopter is not low, you are probably safe, okay? If you see it just fly by, it's just flying by. If you see it hovering or flying circles around you, there's a problem. What that basically means is you're interesting to me, and I want to see more about what's going on with you. Now, when I see a vehicle driving, I don't think twice. See a vehicle driving, don't think twice, don't think twice. I'm just driving. When a car comes hauling ass through, crosses the double yellow, passes on the right, goes at a high rate of speed, that gets my attention. And then, therefore, I start looking at it, and I start tracking it, and I start watching it for a little while. If you want to succeed as a criminal on the server, whether it be me in the helicopter or someone else, and we will have others that will pilot these helicopters, you have got to play it smart, okay? You have got to slow down. You have got to blend in with traffic. You have to blend in with pedestrians. And you have to play it smart. Otherwise, you are going to get spotted 100% of the time that I'm in the area. Okay? I'm not the all-seeing eye, the everywhere helicopter. Okay? I can only be in one area, and I can only see about this far away. Okay? This distance right here. Any more than this, I cannot see the vehicles driving. They will despawn, and there it goes. It just disappeared. Okay? I cannot see that far. If the helicopter is near you, that's when you want to slow down, relax, don't freak out, don't get spotted, do your criminal behavior away from the helicopter. Okay? There is another flaw that I'm going to show you, and it's tunnels. Okay? If I can lock onto a freaking car, which is insanely difficult when it's driving fast, by the way. It would help if I was flying the same speed as the vehicle. Okay, a vehicle goes towards a tunnel. I can track a vehicle through ground. I can track a vehicle through the sewers. I can track a vehicle through the tunnels like this. I can track vehicles through objects. I can also see the thermal through the ground and through the objects. See the thermal? I can see that. Okay? However, that is, to me, not legitimate play, okay? So to me, and part of my standard operating procedures, if you will, for the helicopter, I will let go of all tracks that go into tunnels, that go underground, okay? If you go under a parking garage, for example, I will drop the track. I will try to maneuver my helicopter, so if I'm looking at this tunnel over here, I will try and maneuver the helicopter so that I can see into the area like this, and then do the thermals to look in there and see if you're still there. I am not going to look through the ground. I am not going to look through parking lots. I'm not going to look through buildings that are significant buildings, big buildings. Say, for example, police headquarters. If you were in the basement of police headquarters, I would not see you. If you were in Polito Bank, robbing the bank, I would not see you. I would physically be able to see you, but I would not air that information, and I would not use that information. That is basically kind of like metagaming or power gaming, or I'm referring to it on my streams when I'm talking about the helicopter as super gaming. Okay? Using a game mechanic that exists in such a way that it benefits me and it hinders you. Okay? So if you get into an area like a tunnel, like the underground subway, like different places that cover you and prevent me from seeing you, I won't find you. I won't catch you. Okay? What does that mean? That means play smart. Okay? We tracked a motorcycle along the train tracks, and he was hauling ass, and we followed this motorcycle for a long time. And it was a guy on the back, and it was a guy on the front. The guy came over here. At the end, there's a little farmhouse. The passenger bailed off. The driver took off. I stayed on the passenger because initially that was the person we were chasing, and he got into this barn. Now, if you look at this barn's pretty shoddy. It's even got wood patching up holes. Okay? This will be something that the thermal will be able to see through. But something solid, something big, something concrete, something that, would likely and realistically in real life stop a thermal is something like this. Okay? Here's the bank, Polito Bank. I will be able to see a guy in the vault, but I won't air that information. I will air that I'm searching the area and making sure that there's nobody ambushing police officers, and I'll be checking the thermal in the area. But as soon as I'm done doing that, I'm not talking about what I see inside the building. I'll talk about the vehicles outside, I'll talk about people, whatever. But I'm not talking about anybody inside because I don't know that they're there. Okay? From an RP standpoint. So there are lots of flaws for this helicopter. And I haven't even talked about inclement weather. If it is thunderstorm outside, lightning, thunder, it's going crazy, I will land the helicopter. Why do I do that? Because in real life, in a realistic standpoint, a helicopter is not going to continue to fly up in the middle of lightning. So they will go down for inclement weather, and then they'll come up later. Okay? So if it's inclement weather outside, that's probably a good time to do your crime. Okay? I probably won't find you. If it's foggy out, I probably won't find you. I'm giving you these tips, I'm giving you these tricks, and I'm telling you these things only because I firmly believe that with the helicopter up, you can still easily do crime. 100% easily do crime. You just gotta play it smart, okay? You just have to be smart about it. Don't shoot somebody. Don't shoot an NPC in an area. Don't stay in the area. Don't sell drugs to an NPC, fail, and then stay in the area. Get the fuck out. Get in your vehicle and drive away. But I'm not saying drive away at 100 miles an hour, dipping in and out of traffic and driving like a freaking maniac. Drive like a normal person. You just sold drugs. You just, the person denied you and called 911. Get onto the road and drive normal. All these cars, these could be players right now, and I would have no idea that they're players because they're driving normal. Okay? As soon as you have someone running around like an idiot, see here's someone right now, Route 68, Grand Sonora Desert. Somebody is either trying to steal cars, or they're shooting at people, or they're doing something. Okay, this guy's got a wanted level 2. We don't respond to wanted levels, but I'm using this as an example. Okay? So we're in the area. If I fly by and I don't see anything, I'm not going to notice. I could go to thermals. I could look around. Okay, I don't see anything. There's something over here. I don't know what that is. Okay, let's look. There is a vehicle. There's a truck, okay? I don't know what he's doing. He's just sitting there. I'm pretty low. Now there's 3 people in there. That looks a little suspicious to me. There's a black pickup truck sitting in front of a business, not doing business. To me, that looks suspicious. Had nothing to do with the wanted level call, I don't think. But it's just something that interests me, okay? Now they get on the road, and now they go off-road. Now they're driving on the dirt. They're driving on the side of the grass. That's suspicious, and that's considered reckless. They can be stopped and arrested. Arrested and searched for reckless driving. Going off the road again, not maintaining their lane. Okay, technically speaking, it's a dirt road, but you need to drive on the right side of the road. They're speeding a little bit on a dirt road, but it's okay. It's relatively okay. So we're going to watch this car. You have got my attention. Okay? I'm in the area. I saw a vehicle parked in front of a business, loaded with 3 people. That's interesting to me. So yes, I'm going to keep an eye on this car, and I'm going to follow it. And they know I'm following it. That's why they left. They saw a helicopter. Now, if they play it smart and they play it cool, and they utilize proper traffic etiquette, I'm not going to have any reason to stop this thing. Well, now they're doing 82. They were doing 82 and a 75. Can we stop for that? Yes. Can we arrest for that? No. But it's a good reason to stop the car and identify the driver. Now he's doing 75. He's doing the speed limit. So now that no longer interests me. I will stay with this vehicle for a minute or so, see if they do anything else. He's weaving a little bit. Came out of his lane. But, nothing big. Didn't get any reports of a pickup truck that I'm concerned about. Not looking for suspects in a pickup truck. So, not too concerned about it. At this point, I'm going to probably move on to something else. Okay? Unless something wild were to happen in the last few seconds, I would probably let go of this car and go do something else. They go to the top of the ramp, they stop. Okay, well, it no longer interests me. I'm going to go find something more interesting. Okay? That's how the helicopter works. If you drive normal, if you don't spotlight yourself, we will not catch you. I don't know what those guys were doing. They could have been dealing drugs. They could have been out there beating up civilians, beating up NPCs. And I have no idea what they were doing because I didn't stay long enough to watch. They could go kill somebody. They can go rob a bank right now. And I would not know because I'm not following them. I will not follow you all day, every day, because you are boring. Trust me. 99% of the time, the people on the server are boring. 99% of the time, I can't tell whether you're an NPC or not. I will look at a car speeding down Los Santos Freeway, going northbound, hitting Sonora, high rate of speed. I will call it into the officers, say, hey, look, there's a vehicle, it's doing 80-something. It looked like it was doing maybe in the 90s just a second ago. Can we get a car to just take a look at it? They'll go by, they'll say, yeah, it's an NPC. Somebody spooked it for some reason, and they started driving reckless, and now it's an NPC. That happens. That happens a lot. Much to my annoyance, and I've talked about it on stream, it's something that I have to deal with, as a helicopter pilot. Sometimes I'm not going to know the difference. Now, looking at this car, I would say that's probably a player. And why do I think that's a player? The vehicle looks a little different. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's an NPC. But it's a pink vehicle. It's not kind of a normal vehicle I see up here in Sandy Shores. I kind of think that's a player. It's going out to the prison. Maybe it's going to go pick somebody up from the prison. But that got my attention. If you drive a flashy vehicle, that will get my attention. Drive a normal black, gray, something that blends in vehicle, and I'm not going to notice you. The police aren't going to notice you on the ground either. See, this is... Oh, it's got lighting underneath, so it's definitely a player. So already that person spotlit themselves as being interesting. Are they going to work? Maybe they're going to work at the prison. I don't know. I mean, I know from a out of character standpoint, we don't have prison workers. So he's probably going to pick somebody up from prison. But he's driving such a flashy car that as soon as I saw it on the highway, it immediately drew my attention. Don't drive flashy cars. Don't speed. Don't drive reckless. Don't spotlight yourself. If you're selling drugs, you go out here, you look for NPCs, you walk up to an NPC, do your little deal, they say no, or maybe they do take a deal. Then just walk away. Just walk away normal. You know, like you're walking down the street. And then I can say, yeah, I got a guy, he's walking down the street. You know, maybe it's in the area of a CDS complaint. I'm going to go, yeah, I got a guy walking down the street. He's walking northbound, you know, Joshua Road. He stopped to talk to an NPC, and now he's walking along the sidewalk northbound. What does that mean? Not a fucking thing. It means that we've got nothing. If you just walk normal, it's not suspicious. If you walk up to an NPC and then immediately sprint across the street, and you go talk to another NPC, and you sprint across the street, and you talk to another NPC, and you do it over and over, that's suspicious. That looks like you're dealing drugs. Don't spotlight yourself. Whether the helicopter's up or down, whether it's over you or not, get into the habit of doing smart crime. Don't speed. Reckless. Running around like an idiot with your head cut off looking suspicious. Don't drive suspicious vehicles. Use the terrain to your advantage. If a helicopter's on you, go into areas where the helicopter can't track you. Do your dirty deeds in areas the helicopter wouldn't see you. And pay attention to the fucking skies. Look up. Look around. Do you see a helicopter? Is it an NPC? Is it a player helicopter? I don't know. You know, the other day I got fooled by an NPC because I was joking with Matt in my Twitch channel, and I said, you know, Matt's probably going to go up and catch me dealing drugs in the helicopter, which, you know, the higher ups have the right to fly if they want to. It's not just restricted to me, but so I thought maybe. So I thought maybe he'd try to trick me and mess with me. So while I was dealing, I saw a helicopter fly over me, and I freaked out. But I walked away, and I walked away normal. And I'll throw that video in this clip just to show you guys that it's possible to blend in with traffic, with people and traffic, and get away with crime. Okay, I'll put it right here at the end. So the helicopter's not all seeing. There are restrictions. There are things preventing it. There are physical restrictions, physical hindrances for the helicopter. When I fly in the city, I can't look through this camera and go between buildings because I can't maneuver and see. If I track a vehicle, now I have to figure out where the front of the helicopter is. I can't figure out where the front of the helicopter is until I start moving, and then I can crash. I can crash into things. It is not invincible, guys. You can be if you play it smart. So that's it. I'm going to attach that little clip at the end here so that you can see what it looks like to blend in and see what happened when I did it after I saw the helicopter. I didn't freak out. I didn't run. I didn't start jumping over everything and trying to hide. I just blended right in with the normal flow of everything that was going on. So thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Watch it till the end, hopefully, so you get a little bit of an idea of how the helicopter works. And hopefully we no longer see this misconception of the helicopter, get confused, and think that crime's not possible. It is very possible. Appreciate you guys, and look forward to catching you. hopefully you played smart and I can't catch you. See ya. Fucking hightail it, yo. I said the word. I said the word I wouldn't use. I want to sell to you, but I can't right now. Oh, look at this fucking helicopter. What are you doing? Is it Matt? That's not Air One. That's not Air One. That's a fucking... Ooh. It kind of sounds like a cop car, though. That sounds like a cop car. Oh, there's one. Nah, we're good. He ain't seen nothing. Just walking. Just on a little walk here. We're good, we're good, we're good. We're good. We're good. Stop freaking out, chat. We're good. There's one there. There's one there. We're good. Gotta wait for the walk signal. We're good, we're good. I haven't done nothing illegal. Fuck. We're not gonna run, we're just gonna walk. We're just gonna blend in. We're just gonna blend in. Guy with a suit just down by the beach, you know? That looks like a fucking cop helicopter. I was like... Especially when he stopped and he backed up, I was like, fuck. But even then, I mean, they're not going to be able to search me or anything. Fucking run, dude. Run! Run, you fuck. Told you I heard a police car go around the corner. Oh, who's running after me? Who the fuck is that? The goal of this character is to do illegal stuff, but get away with it.